Shalom. Before we start, I just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles, the great millstone. Shalom to the like-minded brothers of that push this truth, 100% understanding of the Bible. I wanted to go into Ecclesiasticus 19 or Sirach 19. This goes into a laboring man that is given into drunkenness shall not be rich, and he that contempteth small things shall fall little by little. Wine and women will make a man of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent. And that word impudent, let me go ahead and look that up. Impudent. Impudent, not showing due respect for another person. Impertinent. It's just, not having the proper focus on the things that are important in the scriptures will just have you get all bugged out. And it's so easy to fall because when you're not prioritizing the Lord, I mean, you're prioritizing the world, and we already know what's set in store for the world, the things that are going against, you know, the laws, the statutes, the commandments of the Lord. If you're not putting your best effort to work in this way, you're just you're pretty much doomed. Moths and worms shall have him to heritage, and a bold man shall be taken away. He that is hasty to give credit is light-minded, and he that sinneth shall offend against his own soul. Whoso taketh pleasure in the wickedness shall be condemned. But he that resisteth pleasures crowneth his life. And this is also what it means to like really fast and follow along with the Sabbath, in which is to like take a day of rest and not to purchase, not to sell, no sex on the Sabbath, Uh, in some cases, some of the brothers and sisters we will go ahead and we'll take breaks off of social media, probably listen to no music, try to, let me stay focused and stay within the spirit the whole day. That's probably the best thing I can do for myself instead of just treating it like it's a regular day, taking pleasure in whatever you're doing and just taking it seriously and not just giving into whatever you want to do. And with the second half of that, he that resists his pleasures crowneth his life. That also can be a thing with fasting. The more that you are just enjoying whatever you want to enjoy and not um taking time to take a break from that and build yourself up in the spirit, you're just going to be losing your way. That's where the body is given more strength than the spirit. But we're trying to be spirit led, not led by our bodies. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife, and he that hateth babbling shall have less evil. Not speaking too much, not doing too much. Less is more. Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fare never the worse. Whether it to be friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives. And if thou canst without offense, reveal them not, you know? And this is just going to, hey, when it comes to personal matters, we don't need to be sharing stuff. If a brother comes up to you and is confiding in you and whatnot, you don't need to be putting that on blast, you know? Um, Now, there's a difference if they are going off, which we'll get into further along the scriptures. Actually, let's just keep going. For he heard and observeth thee, and when the time comes, he will hate thee. You put somebody on blast for stuff that's going on, and you got family members that be talking about your life in the background and whatnot. Uh, I mean, you gonna grow to resent them. It's like, bro, I can't tell you nothing. You just gonna put my business all out there, you know? And just reveal them not. If thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee, and be bold. It will not burst thee. You know, just take that shit to the grave, man. A fool travaileth with a word, as a woman in labor of a child. As an arrow that sicketh in a man's thigh, so is a word within a fool's belly. Admonish a friend, and may be he hath not done it, and if he had done it, and that he doeth no more. And to go to this word, admonish, is to warn or reprimand someone firmly, and it's saying admonish a friend. It may be that he hath not done it, you know. And sometimes, you know, when you seek counsel from a brother, you may get reprimanded from the thing that you're trying to talk to them about, and you got to take that on the chin because, hey, you might be in the wrong mind, and they're saying stop. That is a warning. You got to take heed to that warning. Put away all that pride, you know, because that could have you bugging out. We can, um, even if it's something that you want and you haven't done it. This is what the scripture is going into, like getting that warning from a friend. It may be that you haven't done it, and if he had done it, that he doeth no more. Admonish thy friend, and it may be he hath not said it, and if he had, that he speak not again. You know, if you speak out of line or whenever, just speaking out of line, really. Admonish a friend, for many times it is a slander, and believe not every tale. You know, not just take a word from somebody else that comes out of nowhere and says, "Oh, this person did this." You know, still talk to them about it, but warn them about the important uh decision making that's going on. Admonish thy neighbor before thou threaten him. Oh, one verse above verse 16. There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart. And who is he that hath not offended with his tongue? Admonish thy neighbor before thou threaten him, and not be angry. Give place to the law of the Most High. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipot omnipotency. Good Lord, I couldn't say that for a second. If a servant say to his master, I will not do it as it pleaseth thee, though after he doeth, he angereth him that nourisheth him. You know? And this is just saying from 16, the one that is going off a little bit in their speech, but not in their hearts. Uh, where is it? I just saw it. And you can be thinking something messed up, but not off of like actual action. But that is stopping you from going ahead and doing the action. Just stop cutting it off at the source. And having that fear of the Lord is what's gonna really help you, because having that fear of the Lord is the fire inside of you to chase the scriptures, to seek, counsel and wisdom and understanding, so that we can further go ahead and get rid of those kinds of thoughts. That, like it says, the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. That's what we're all striving for. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and all wisdom the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency. And this is the part, verse 21. This is where that phrase comes from, don't bite the hand that feeds you. If a certain say to his master, I will not do it as it pleaseth thee, though after he do it, he angereth him that nourisheth him. That's the man, that's that's the audacity to tell your parents, screw you, I ain't doing what you want me to do. You know what that's gonna come with. We definitely not bring that energy to the Lord whatsoever. And knowledge of the wickedness is not wisdom. neither at any time the counsel of the sinner's prudence. There's a wickedness and the same abomination, and there's a fool wanting wisdom. He that hath small understanding and feareth God is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth. Man, I can't speak today. Transgresseth the law of the Most High. Ugh. Yeah. I had a point and I just lost my train of thought. It's like, yeah. Yeah, the having that small understanding, like you can know a little about this truth and still move better than someone who like like the brothers always talk about the like Bishop Nate and the brothers in IUIC, some of them that even studied with the apostle elders of GMS that know how to jump in all the scriptures and whatnot, but they be going off all the time. And it's still better for you to have little understanding and not screw up that much than those brothers that know better that that go off all the time. He that has, yeah, small understanding and feareth God is better than one that has much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High. There's an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust. And there is one that turneth aside to make judgment appear, and there is a wise man that justifieth in just judgment. Good Lord, I can't speak today. There's a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit, casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not, where he is not known. He will do thee a mischief before thou be aware, and if for want of power he will be hindered from sinning. Yet when he findeth the opportunity, he will do evil. A man may be known by his look, and one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. A man's attire, excessive laughter, and gait do what he is. And this is just, I feel like this part is going into the first thing that comes to mind is talking about Esau Edom. Going into, hey, you can understand like one thing uh what did Kendrick say in that one song? He said something about wanting to go to church and put in the effort, but be careful because he knows the Bible too, talking about the devil. Now, of course, he doesn't understand where, the actual truth in the Bible is. He understands that he's the Israelite, but he doesn't, whatever. But the point of it being, yet the devil knows the Bible. Esau Edom knows where we come from. That's why he doesn't want us to rise up in power. He doesn't want us to be able to have the true understanding of the Bible. That was the reason for us not being able to read during slavery. Because if we could read the Bible, we wouldn't believe what he was saying when he was talking about Christianity, because we would be like, wait a second, we just came back from this. Like this is us. Like right then and there, their whole plan would have been over. So they had to take that away. So they know who we are, and they know the scriptures. They know how things are supposed to be, but they go off. They go off. They are in charge of everything, you know? And and exactly like verse 30 says, a man's attire, excessive laughter, and gait do what he is. And I mean, you can see these devils. I forget the name of that one Christian pastor, I think. If I could, I'm not gonna look it up, but there was a reporter that did a video on him, and you could just look in his eyes. He just looks like a demon. And um, there's a celebrity, Tyler Perry. He bought a airplane for him, and he made it cheap or whatnot. And he's like a no business being in any of that, but you could just see that is a devil. That is a devil, you know. And he will go ahead and make all of these excuses and whatnot and say, "Oh, well, he made it so cheap for me," and it's I just had to, and this is what how I feel like this is talking about verse 26. There's a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit. Like this man knows he's full of shit, but he's like, oh, but how could I not? It's and like, bro, and he'll like it says in verse 27, casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not. Where he is not known. He's gonna go where he can to screw somebody over, which is exactly how Esau Edom moves. And he will do a mischief there before you're thou aware. Like he'll catch you if you're not able to see it, and he'll just catch you off guard. And if one for power be he hindered from sinning, yet ooh. And if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he findeth the opportunity, he will do evil. And that's what all these devils do, you know? All of these devils on the top, they are always looking for the next, they can't sleep without screwing somebody over, you know? But that's all I really wanted to bring out. Hopefully this was edifying to the elect. We put on the energy to hopefully be the elect and striving in this truth. So shalom.